Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, I wanted to give you guys a quick reminder that March 13th, tomorrow, is the Walmart Collector Con event, where Walmart gets a bunch of exclusive items. When it comes to like Transformers, we got two Transformers here from the Cybertron series. We talked about these a while back during Toy Fair, and it is that of Sideways and Exhaust, I think, or Excellion. I can't remember the name, I feel bad. It's the Hot Shot repaint. Those both are going to go up from the Hasbro Transformers team. We're also going to get two Marvel figures of a Spirit Spider, which is the Gamerverse version, but it can also fit in your comic collection. We're also going to get the 1970s Spider-Man broadcast show Spider-Man from Marvel. From G.I. Joe, we're going to get Crystal Ball. I was wrong. It was not the Night Force 2-pack. That's probably going to be later on in the year during the other Walmart Collector Con, because they do about 2 or 3 a year. I think they do them seasonally, like the Target one. So we're going to get Crystal Ball. And then from Star Wars, we're going to get 4 of the Revenge of the Sith figures, like the Commander Cody. We're going to get a 501st Trooper, which they call the original name by, like, I think it's like Tactical Ops Trooper. We're also going to get Kit Fisto, Count Dooku, and R2-D2. All of these, of course, unlike the Commander Cody, are just figures that we've gotten before. I think the clone might have a different head sculpt. I don't know off the top of my head. It looks like it. And then we're also going to get some stuff from Mattel, like a Masters of the Universe Revelations, or Masters of the Universe Masterverse. That's what it's, Masters of the Universe Masterverse, those like 7-inch figures. We're going to get a Fakor and a She-Ra that are more of like the classic looks. And then we're also going to get that invisible John Cena. You're going to get from that. You're also going to get a Stone Cold Steve Austin, a bunch of other wrestling stuff. And then we're also going to get some stuff from Super 7 when it comes to Iron Giant. I'm very excited for that. We're also going to be getting stuff from Playmates, NECA, McFarlane. McFarlane's going to have the exclusive Keanu Reeves character that's in his comic is going to be there. Just lots of amazing stuff. I left the link for the Walmart Collector Con down in the description below, and just so I don't have to keep repeating this, if anything I talk about has a link, I put it in the description down below. If it's not available yet, there's no link, unfortunately. And in Hasbro HasLab news, the Death Saurus hit its tier 2. I'm very excited. This is one of the ones where I was like, I know a lot of people were kind of like, I don't mind as long as it gets the other character, Death Cobra. I was like, I really want the nunchucks because that's one of the weapons they use a lot. So now we're just waiting to get to 18,000 backers, which I think we're about 1,500 away from that, to get the flight stand / base. So I'm very excited. This campaign is doing pretty good. I think we've got about 10 plus days on it, so we'll probably get the rest of the backing that we need by the end of the campaign and get to the 18,000. But I just wanted to give an update on it because I do like doing updates on these HasLabs and talk about where they are at week by week. And so we finally got tier 2 over the week, which is awesome. And in more Hasbro news, this is just some overall items that released over the week. We have a look at the Takara Tomy figures that were offered on Big Bad Toys and Entertainment Earth, I believe, first. Well, now they're on Pulse. You can get them for about 95 bucks each. You've got the Missing Link Arcee prototype. You've got the Missing Link Arcee animation type. And then you've got the Dramatic Capture. I think this is the 4th one they're doing. And is that of Wheeljack, Jazz, and Bumblebee in their Origins alt modes. So it's really cool, really nice paint apps. The Bumblebee looks incredible compared to the Target release, and this is a nice chance for everyone who missed out on them, or if they wanted to get rid of 1 or 2 of them and just buy the 3-pack, they could buy all 3 because I think they look really nice. They are all about $95, so it is a very pricey set of Transformers. And a very pricey Missing Link Arcee, but if you're a Transformers fan and you like the history and stuff like that, and you like, having bits of history and stuff like that in your collection, these are really cool. We also got some reissues of Nacelle, the Seeker that came out, I believe, at Amazon. They're doing a reissue of that, and they're also doing a reissue of Nova Prime, which is very sought after by a lot of fans because I think both of those went up during the summer of last year or the year before during Legacy, and sold out really fast. I think Nacelle stayed in stock, but it had some issues. So if they fix that. And then we also got from Marvel the Warpath and X-23 2-pack, which looks incredible to go with your Archangel and your Wolverine and your Deadpool and your was a Deathlock, and all those characters. So if you want to have your gray suit X-Men, X-Force characters, you can build up that collection. So it's really exciting. I'm very excited for all of these, for people who might have missed things, or for people who want cool things to kind of add into their collection. I think these are some really awesome items from Hasbro. And if you are a fan of sword and sorcery, and a fan of the Conan the Barbarian series and the Frazetta stuff, there are some amazing offerings going up in March. First up, it's already up for pre-order. It is that of the Mezco Toys Conan the Barbarian Schwarzenegger version with the battle paint. Really cool figure. It looks awesome. You also got to look at a Conan the Barbarian coming from that company that actually works with the Frazetta girls. That looks incredible, so I'm excited for that one. And then finally, not Conan the Barbarian, but in the same kind of vein of things, I believe it's Death Striker. Oh god, I forgot the name. I know it's right there on the screen, but he's a really cool character. Usually has a really awesome horse with him too, so I'm hoping we might see that. I believe this is Savage Crucible doing this one. They've also done their own kind of Conan the Barbarian, but it's not called Conan the Barbarian, it's just called like Frazetta Barbarian, which is really cool. But yeah, the Mezco one is available. The other two are going to go up later on in the year. One of them is March, one of them is up in the air right now, but just really cool Conan the Barbarian and Frazetta stuff. And just medieval sandals, sorcery, sword kind of stuff. And if you're a fan of the Jetta toy stuff like me, you'll be very excited to know that the Scooby-Doo stuff that was shown off a while back is officially available for pre-order on fan channels like Big Bad Toys and Entertainment Earth. And it is that of Shaggy and the Mummy and the Ghoul, I believe it is the first wave. And I kind of like this idea because at first I was like, wait, it's not Scooby-Doo in the beginning, or, you know, they're not doing the mystery gang themselves first. And I think what they're going to do, and I hope this is what they do, because I think this would be a really cool idea to get as many figures out there. I think they're going to do one of our gang members from the Mystery Incorporated, and then 2 villains. So that way, instead of just getting all four and the dog, and then like 2 or 3 villains in like 2 waves, I'm hoping what they'll do is they'll do Shaggy with 2 of the villains here, then they'll do Scooby with 2 of the villains, so maybe like the carnival robot and the alien from that episode, and have Scooby with those 2, and then you could do like the voodoo doctor and the clown with Velma, and then so forth and so on. I think that would be really cool, so that you're building the team, but as you're building the team, you're getting all these villains they can fight, not fight, but, you know, bust. I mean, you could have them fight, because in that same vein of stuff, Jetta Toys is also doing the Street Fighter, I forget his name, but they're doing his Player 2 version, and it is going to be, I believe, a WonderCon exclusive, but then it will also be on their Jetta Toys website. So, some really cool Jetta toy news. I'm very excited to see the Street Fighter stuff keep growing. I, for one, don't really buy the Player 2 versions, because then I'm just going to have tons of different ones. I think Chun-Li already has like 3 versions, the pink, the red, and then the traditional blue. So it's one of those things where I try to stick to just the main versions of the characters, but I think this is awesome for anyone, you know, who might have always been stuck playing Player 2 when they play Street Fighter and they got attached to that version. And then just Scooby-Doo stuff is awesome, and the fact that these are all kind of close, I think they're all 6-inch scale, so they can fit in with your other 6-inch toys. And you could have, the Mummy Monster from Scooby-Doo and Shaggy go against Ryu and Chun-Li in a Street Fighter battle. I just think that's really cool. So, really awesome news coming out of Jetta Toy. And in Mattel Creations news, Mattel Creations did their Mattel Reveal event, and they showed off quite a bit of items from each of their brands. Not a lot that I was too excited about. I'm very excited about getting more information on the Club Grayskull, and it turns out that their first toy that you have to have Club Grayskull to get went live, and that is of Hero from the hero that guarded Grayskull and New Eternia and all that stuff. I feel bad I can't remember all the history on that, but you can't buy it unless you have Club Grayskull. So this is the first toy where you have to have the membership to get it. So and then there's other merch. It's not just the toy. There's mugs, hoodies, hats, patches, all kinds of stuff that you can buy when you're part of Club Grayskull, and then also stuff with Hero on it. So I'm very excited. And then we also got a look at the Monster High toy. This is a really interesting one. It can separate from the torso and kind of float around. You have to hold it or put it on a flight stand, but it can do that. And then there were some Barbies that were kind of pricey. They're $100. They're not shown here, but they're custom Barbies that you can like mix and match stuff and customize them. And then just some really cool wrestling stuff. We got a Dusty Rhodes, I believe, with Cody, aka the American Nightmare, I believe it is. I remember watching him wrestle my sibling a couple of years back, and it was really fun watching them and kind of hearing the backstory of the whole story of wrestling is always fun when you get to hear the character's story and stuff like that. But there's some really cool wrestling stuff here that kind of homages the old wrestling toys. So if you collect that stuff, you've got something cool there. And there was just, all kinds of stuff. There was some She-Ra Uno cards that were available, and just all kinds of amazing things that were talked about. But I wanted to show off some of the items here. I'm really excited to know more about that Club Grayskull and see what it really entailed, because I was like, I can't imagine paying $10 a year to get exclusive early access to a toy. But in a way, it makes sense, because that you can only get it if you pay $10. So if you pay $10 for the fandom you like, yes, you're paying into something to have exclusive rights, but that you have to be a really diehard fan about it. So it's kind of an elitist kind of thing. Because if Transformers did that, where I had to pay $10 to get exclusive rights to select Transformers characters who might be obscure, but some people might want them who don't want to pay $10 a year, but you're someone who's a diehard fan of anything Transformers, so you pay that $10 for all those obscure characters, so you don't have to worry about them selling out. But I don't see that problem with Hasbro product. They do pretty good when it comes to Transformers, where I have a chance to get it. The only time it really sells out is if it's a really key character that's just they're going to put more out there, like that Ultra Magnus that sold out, but then they put more out there, or Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. And even when the obscure stuff sells out on Pulse, it's usually available on the channel that it's exclusive to, like the previous Doom and Wreckers pack that sold out on Pulse, but it's still available on Amazon. So it's interesting to see Mattel going this route, but I do know that when it comes to Motu, a lot of times it does sell out fast on Mattel Creations. So this is a great opportunity for someone who is a diehard fan of Motu to pay to be able to get it. Do I think it's a good thing? I don't know. We'll have to see, because there is other things you can buy that are like merch that you can wear that are exclusive to you through Club Grayskull. And then everything else, of course, the Barbie thing was cool. The Monster High, some Hot Wheels stuff that came out that was really awesome. So just some awesome. And in 4 Horsemen Studios news, we finally got the Kickstarter thing they're doing for the Dragon. I can't remember the name off the top of my head of the Dragon, but it went live. It's not on Kickstarter, it's actually just a crowdfunder on their website, 4 Horsemen Studios. And it will consist of the Dragon for $550. It's very pricey. And then after a certain amount of backing, you'll unlock, you get the Knight that's shown there with the Dragon for $550. But after a certain amount of backing, you'll unlock the Knight's upgrade kit. And then after a certain amount after that, you're going to unlock the Ashen Skeleton, and then I believe a little bit after that, you're going to unlock the upgrade for the Ashen Skeleton, so extra weapons and stuff. Then we're also going to have a $150 wing upgrade set and a $150 Fire Breath upgrade set, and the Fire Breath upgrade set comes with a really cool Burning Knight, and after a certain amount of people backing that, you'll get more accessories for that one. Same with the wings, you're going to get an Ashen Zombie, and after a certain amount of backing, he's going to get his upgrade stuff. So in total, you're going to get about 4 figures if everyone puts into it with upgrades, and then you're also going to get this really amazing Dragon with upgrades. But it's going to cost you about $850 for all the upgrades, and then shipping is about $100 on the West Coast. And then in the middle, it's a little bit less because you're getting close to the East Coast where they're based out of. And then if you're in the East Coast and you live near them, you could just do it for pickup, and then you don't have to pay anything because you're just going to drive, pick up the Dragon and its upgrades, and then go back home. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, you can see here on the right, there is a little number system. Each day or a couple of days, they're adding the numbers up, and then they're doing a new little thumbnail photo like this one. This is the second one we've gotten, showing how far it's going week by week, day by day, all that amazing stuff. So really exciting. Definitely something I wish I could get, but I feel like it's way out of my budget, because I just sit there and go, yeah, you get 4 really amazing figures and a Dragon, but at the same time, for the same price, you can get other things, a lot of other things. And so it's hard. I love it because it looks amazing, and it's this big Dragon. I mean, it will take up a whole table. I saw it on display online when people were talking about it at the Mythic Legions event that they had when they showed it off, and it's a hefty Dragon. It's a big piece of plastic that looks incredible. But yeah, really cool. Some really fun news from Super 7. If you live in the San Diego area or the San Francisco area or anywhere near them, they will be doing an event on March 15th to have an anniversary for Super 7, and they'll be having a little get together, and you can come out and hang out. They do these things sometimes. I've seen some of them posted in the past. but they posted about it. I just wanted to cover it real fast because I'm like, hey, if you live on the West Coast and you're near San Diego store or the San Francisco store, definitely swing by and check it out and hang out and talk toy and see what cool things they might reveal. And in comics we find awesome this week. First up, we have Transformers number 18, which looks incredible here. You got Starscream with Bruticus in the background, the Combaticon, and it just looks really cool. It's continuing the story. If you've been keeping up with it, it's getting really exciting. Lots of cool stuff happening. And then in the same vein of things, Skybound's Void Rivals number 17, I believe it is, shows our protagonist character about to look like he's about to like off a guy on a throne. I've been reading them, but I'm behind by 2 or 3 issues, so I don't know what's going on. But it is a fun storyline. I'm really excited for the Energon universe with Void Rivals and Transformers and all that stuff. And then over at Marvel, we have Nick Fury versus Fu Feng Fum. I don't know if I said that right. I feel bad if I slaughtered that. Another giant dragon this week, but in comics. And I know a lot of people would love a Marvel Legends version of that to be a HasLab in the future, but really cool. I'm excited to see Nick Fury in a comic going against a giant monster. Feels very cool. And then fourth and finally, the all-new Venom number 4 is coming out. I just really love this cover, and the story so far has been awesome. I cannot wait till we find out who it is. I've been trying to catch up with it. We're trying to see who the new symbiote is, and we're kind of cutting people out when we meet them in the comic. We go, okay, so it's not that person. This time it shows Venom beating up MODOK, so that just looks really cool. So those are the 4 comics this week I thought looked really cool. Like always, stop at your local comic shop, pick up your saver, see what's new, and just have fun this week. And in our creative corner, we have a look at Mate Mylar on Instagram. The link to their Instagram is in the description down below. They have some really amazing toy photography where they do the photo shoot and then they edit it to have really cool effects. We got this really cool Are All Dead from Shockwave, which looks really cool off of the what looks like Siege or Dramatic Capture Shockwave. We got a really cool recreation of the comic for G.I. Joe with all the G.I. Joes there. We got a really cool Street Fighter scene here from Jetta Toys, like we just talked about a bit ago. Just really awesome toy photography from all kinds of things, from Transformers, G.I. Joe, from 3-inch to 6-inch. Just lots of amazing stuff. So if you are a toy enthusiast and you like toy photography and you want to get some inspiration and want to support someone awesome, definitely check out their Instagram. Like I said, it's the link description down below. You can also look them up as Mate Mylar. I hope I said that right. On Instagram, give them the support, the love, the likes, all that cool stuff, and share it with your friends who are toy photographer and toy enthusiasts too. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.